Alright boys, it's time. The BAKI manga has returned under a new name. BAKI DAO has now officially ended. The new manga is known as BAKI Rahen. I don't know exactly what that means. If you have any insight, let me know down in the comments. But as we've been waiting for, it is indeed the Jack arc, with chapter 1 providing a fire introduction. Nothing too crazy, just absolute peak and build up for our boy Jack. Also, this cover page, absolute peak without a doubt. Look at our boy, glorious. So in regards to the actual context of chapter 1 of BAKI Rahen, we have this guy pull up and actually fight Jack. No, this isn't a new character. I'll remind everyone quickly of who this guy is. He's pretty much one of the current day best swordsmen in Japan or the world. At the start of the Musashi arc, that was kinda Musashi's first fight. They didn't really exchange and all that. Musashi pretty much defeated him with fear hacks using his imagination slashes. However, this guy also appeared in Dopporochi's backstory via his spin-off manga. This is in chapter 2 where we see Doppo fight this guy and absolutely destroy him as well. So pretty much the dude is this fodder for the main cast of characters, has been destroyed on every instance we've actually seen him in the series, but regardless, he does look pretty badass. The panel of Musashi getting reminded of all that was pretty cool. Of course, throughout all of BAKI DAO, the Sumo arc, we had mentions of Musashi a few times, namely from Tokigawa when Sukune didn't fall from Yujiro's punch, saying that Musashi would respect that, etc. So still having drawbacks to him is pretty cool. Of course, there is a possibility he could return in the future. I personally don't think it's going to happen. But the impact he left on the story is still here, once again, reinstated in BAKI Rahen, the 6th manga series in the BAKI franchise. Pretty crazy. So pretty much we have this swordmaster using his sword versus Jack in the underground using his teeth. I wonder what's going to happen. I think all of us can predict it. Our boy Jack looking absolutely giant here. Even bigger than he normally does. The proportions are always in Jack's favour. But in this chapter, the opening for his arc, man has been drawn looking more of a monster than he ever has before. And he's now been accepted into the club of some of the most badass characters in anime and manga. People who stop swords with their mouth or more so their teeth. Jack has now done that and destroyed the sword as well. And as expected, this swordsmaster literally just gives up, like he did against Musashi after getting fear hacks by him. Guy is a true jobber, but once again reinstating how strong Jack is. After this one swing it was over and not in the favour of the person with the actual sword. This chapter does kind of remind me of this guy's fight with Musashi, so maybe Jack currently is on Musashi's level. Of course we have no idea whether that is the case. He should be, considering he's meant to be fighting current BAKI and current Yujiro. And if Jack is going to be relative to them in any regard, of course he would have to be on Musashi's level or in that tier of power, which of course I'm currently on the train for and hope is the case. Before I continue, make sure to subscribe for more BAKI content. That's what I provide on this channel, Mysterious Weeb. In regards to what we're going to get next, the schedule for BAKI Rahen we don't currently know. It could be weekly chapters, it could be bi-weekly chapters, or just whenever a chapter does get finished and comes out. That was pretty much the schedule for BAKI DAO. I'm expecting pretty much the same thing for here. Of course, I would love consistent chapters. It doesn't have to be weekly, but bi-weekly will be fire. Once a month, I wouldn't mind due to the consistency, but potentially more, who knows. I'm just hoping we get quite a few chapters throughout the remainder of the year and next year. And of course, without a doubt, it's going to be peak because our boy Jack is here. I wonder who he's going to fight first. Of course, I've talked about who I want him to fight first in pretty much multiple videos at this point. That being Gaia, the pretty much weakest person that he actually called out. We did have the introduction of Pickle at the end of BAKI DAO, I guess the previous chapter. Jack could fight him first, but Pickle is more so, I guess, the third strongest out of the people he called out. Yujiro being number 1, BAKI pretty much being the same, then Pickle. Of course, I would love for Jack to fight some other characters he didn't specifically call out, which actually includes Pickle. We just had a chapter dedicated to Motobe and other people thinking about this rematch. But Jack fighting the likes of Oliver would be pretty cool, or even the likes of Hanma. If you didn't know, Jack and Hanayama have actually never interacted throughout the entire series, which is pretty crazy. And we haven't actually had Jack in the same room as Yujiro since the start of the Pickle arc, which is quite some time. That was a little strange that Jack was there and didn't really have an interaction or show any emotion towards Yujiro. You could say Itagaki forgot about that, or that they were just so interested in Pickle, their whole thing wasn't really a factor. You could even say the same thing for Baki throughout that arc as well. He was more so focused on the likes of Pickle rather than even his father, so I guess Pickle just took all the attention. Regardless, Jack is here, the arc has begun. Spread the word that the new manga is called BAKI Rahen. If you need a link for the chapter, it's not currently translated, only in the Japanese raws. There's links in the description. When the chapter does get translated, it'll be posted in there as well. I don't think anything major was specifically said, but stay tuned for more videos. The Baki anime is returning, the father-son fight, in a few days. Cannot wait. But that's it guys. Shout out to the mad lads who support the channel via Patreon. That's it guys. Peace.